good night, and welcome to Mike on the Mic. Before we get into the whole show tonight, you all share the live, share the broadcast. We need to get the message out to Trinidad and Tobago. But before we get into it, too, I have some guests on the line waiting. But as I've been saying all along here on Mike on the Mic, I need you all to help me build this community. Help us build this online show so that we could take the content internationally. Tonight I bring to you the team Vibrant. We're in collaboration with a big artist. We know him as Crazy in Trinidad, and I'm noticing now they're calling him King Crazy, which is interesting. Let me see if we can bring up some of the content here on screen too as well. Good night, team. You see my team on the side, on the left side of your screen here. Good night, team. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
So,
good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
And welcome to Mike on the Mic. First of all, I don't know if you all could introduce yourselves. We can start with Allan and we can come down.
Okay, good night. Thanks for having us, Mike. My name is Allan. I'm the executive producer of Vibrant.
Go ahead, Keston.
Good night. I am Keston James, one of the artists from Vibrant.
King Crazy.
Yeah, man. This is Edwin Young, or you could say Edwin was young. Yeah. Yes, man. And Crazy, and Crazy is proud to be together with the youths and them. You know, my name is Young, and I'm so proud to be with them, and they're doing such a good job. And thanks to Allan, that fella in the yellow T-shirt. That's special for that man. Yes, Crazy.
Done. Akisha.
Hi, Akisha, female artist on the horizon, part of the Vibrant group. It's a pleasure to be around.
All right. First of all, before let's set the stage and the context. So I was, how we say, I got a call in the office. Now this team down on the promenade promoting a song, and they tell me it was an interesting song. It was interesting, and he decided to cover it. Now, just to tease my audience, I did an actual report that was on TNT last night in the newscast, and it kind of set the stage for this conversation to happen. So I don't know who wanna take it off. I know Keston was talking on behalf of the team earlier on as well. Where the idea for this song came about from? Who it come from? And how we developed this song?
Allan, you go ahead. Allan, you go ahead.
Okay, I'll answer that. Look, we were closed down for 3 months. The first small wave. And when we reopened, I understood the importance of them wearing the mask, because I looked into it and knew that masks needed to be worn. So there were customers coming in, we were sanitizing, we had the sink, we had everything there. But people were still pulling down their masks or not coming in with masks. So we decided that, we were going to say, wear your mask. And this is before it became law. And Keston we were going about telling people wear their mask, but it wasn't getting through to them, just wear your mask. So Keston was doing on the PA, come on people, wear your mask, and it started as a song. And then he wrote a couple of verses, and then I heard some more. I said, hey, man, this could mean something to people. So let's try to produce it. He called Crazy, and this is how it all started. We went to the studio, and man, we had fun, and it's a good song.
And one of the main things that I got from this song is that at this time, I mean, Keston said it well in the interview, we reached even legislating to get people to wear masks, and they're still not wearing masks. So
still not wearing masks.
But there's a little more analysis. Crazy, you could probably jump in on this one. How hard was it to write to this particular song or to write the message? At least your part of the song.
No, well, Keston called me, when they were in the processor. He called me, say, Crazy boy, we want you to put the icing on the cake. We want you to put the raisin on the sweet bread, So what I did was I said, well, look, let me fall in, and I find the topic. The topic was so, the topic was so in the air. So I say I have to do this, and it's with the youth. They wanted my experience to finish. They wanted a finisher, and that is how I came in. But it's Keston and Danny Dan. They came with the idea of the song, and I just came in as a veteran and assisted them.
Great. And Danny Dan, what was your input on this particular song? I know Ian Real Names was in collaboration in this song, but Danny Dan, what was your particular input?
My input on this track is basically to continuously testing music to the level. I will do something not just because it's technical, but because I will feel it have to be it's a situation. Not because thing. Because if you look at the scientific,
I don't know if you're hearing us well, Danny, but yeah, Dan, I don't know if you're hearing us well. I don't know if you can do me a favor, right? I want you to come off the link and come back on, because right now your audio is sounding like if you're in water. So I'll go on to somebody else. Or if you want, we could phone a little bit closer so I can hear you properly. But right now you're sounding like if you're in water. And I don't know if the audience. Yeah, hear you now.
You hear me now? Yeah, it's probably where the phone was positioned. What I was stating is simply the basic. We come together with the idea. It was just an idea. We was doing it for the love of it and the entertainment of it, but we also recognize the seriousness and the severity of the situation. You understand, this COVID thing kind of be playing on fumes and it's passing from a little cough, a little sneeze, from a little touch. This thing passing so fast, you really have to sanitize and really put your mask. Keston will continuously pushing behind me, and then crazy. When I hear crazy on the track, I just say, boy, this thing could be magical. You understand? And it's really sending out a good message to try and encourage people to do the same thing. Try and wear their mask and wear the go. You see it like your ID card right now. You can't go without it.
I love it. Like your ID card, if you can present your ID card, which is your mask, you can't get in. I love it. I love the idea. But let me get the lady inside. Akisha, you notice what's happening. So we're losing Danny, so you have to speak close enough to the phone so that we can hear you, right?
Well, you're hearing me good, right?
Yeah, we're hearing you good. So you're the feminine voice on the track, and I noticed you're the one who kind of bring in the speed and the drama to bring in Crazy in his part of the track. How was that experience for you?
Well, honestly, to say, I was doing some projects at the side, and Crazy said, Akisha, it have a song that I wanted to come in because your vocals will give the touch that it needed. And I said, well, I'm on board for it. And we went to the studio, and when we went there, they played the song for me. And I just started to put in my little vocals on the inside. And they said, well, you know what, even though that you're doing these vocals, we have to give you something, because the sweetness of the song is really, we want to give that feminine touch to let them understand. A lady telling me you have to wear your mask as well, because it's not just a one-man show thing. It's just not a man thing. It's everybody's business to really carry the music. And that is where my voice just enhanced it. And that's where they actually said, this is what we needed. They needed my voice to bring out that sweetness, as Crazy say, the little sweetness in the pan. That's what we needed. And I just brought it, and it went very well. And I really have to say thanks for having me on the project. And I really appreciate it. And I have 100% positively, 100% believe in the song. It will be very good for everyone to hear. It's an anthem right now.
And it's interesting that you say that too as well, right? What I totally understand is that all of us here are in the entertainment industry, and we're all directly affected because of COVID-19. But what I want to get from you, Akisha, and then we could probably go down the line. What is your personal experience thus far with COVID-19? How has that affected you, your family life, you in general? If we have kids, how it affecting the kids? I want to just get, because here on Mike on your mic, I try to humanize a lot of the topics, and because we're not the traditional media, it allows us for interaction with my audience. But let me say good night to Kathleen Charles on the live, Anthony Charles, I think it's Burrito on the chart too as well. Anybody else on the live? First thing I want all you to do is to share it, because the more shares, is the more capacity we can have this conversation go internationally. And I think the message is necessary. It's not just contextual to Trinidad and Tobago. It's a global message that we all need to be considerate to one another, because COVID-19 seems to be the new normal, as they keep saying, and it's not going anywhere. So we need to be able to protect one another in terms of our brothers and sisters and even our own family members and the wider society. But going back to my main point, Keisha, I just wanted to be able to appreciate my audience coming in. What has COVID-19 done for you, has affected you, and affected you in terms of it directly affected you or even your family or whatever? What is your experience like with COVID-19?
Okay, well, to say honestly, it has really drastically affected me and my home in for terms of working wise. I have to really stay away from my mom because she's elderly, so I don't want to give her it. So while I am doing projects outside and stuff, I don't want to be, a cause for her to get it. So that really, really has have it affected me, especially to go and see my mom. And my kids, we all are here. But we always sanitizing and everything, because you could just take a little walk outside and somebody might sneeze and it's in the air. So we always have to sanitize and have our face mask on constantly, So really, honestly, that has really drastically done a lot to me, especially as coming out as an artist as well. That as well in the entertainment part, it kind of slow it down, but it being recognized of the music that I am doing, and a lot of people is recognizing me. But honestly, it has done a lot. But but I'm still coping because I have actually I should say I have a support plan, because I have my friends here with me. As you can see, I have my whole group supporting me anytime I need them and call them for assistance of anything. They are always there for me. So that support system is what is really keeping me afloat, and understanding that, hey, we are all in this together and we have to cope with it as as smoothly as we can, but we have to lean on each other and support each other in this aspect right now. So honestly, to say, I have to give thanks to my group and my partner at home and my family for understanding that, some things we have to let go to get betterment. So that's how it really affected me.
Okay, great. Keston, how has COVID-19 directly impacted you or your family members? How was your experience been so far? Because we've been in it since, I think, March, basically. Now in September.
Man, pressure. This life just got harder. This thing it work. It shut down work for me. Incomes, food, money. Well, I have somebody supportive in my life here too, but it didn't make no sense. You're spending money and then not seeing where the income coming back in. So it's straining us. It very well straining us. What can I say? It just have you miserable. It have you financially broken. It's stressful. But if you allow it to penetrate you, you will go mad. It will send you mad. It will send you up a wall. So you just have to follow the rules, wear a mask, and hopefully you will see a change and everything should come back to normalcy eventually.
And King Crazy, I don't know if it is your mic off or on. King Crazy, you can hear us? King Crazy, you can hear us? I'm not too sure what happened on Crazy. And Dan, what has your experience been like with COVID-19 so far?
Well, COVID-19 come as a shocker. Yeah, a lot of things I had planned, I have to rethink and reschedule. A lot of things where I had in the making had come and fall short of the glory. Things have been rough. Plus, too, as a family man, so it has been hard each day to know that you have to still provide, you still have bills, you still have this to see about, you still have that to see about, and it ain't getting easier. I know how you look at it. It ain't getting easier. Now this COVID come and add to it. It come like pain on MGHO gas on fire. It just catch right now and the whole place lit. The economy breaking globally. It's not only nationally, it's internationally. This thing mash up all over the place. This thing pack up everybody, each and every one right now to his own. And I thankful to each and everybody in my life. There was like candle in the darkness. And I thankful to each and everybody. This at this hour, you had to cherish who here for and be thankful that they here still for life short. You understand?
Yeah. Allan, I don't know if you're getting crazy and just said crazy hearing us. They're saying your mic muted on my end. So I don't know if you could sort that out on your end. Your mic muted. So just put on your mic on the bottom of the screen, put on your mic. But Allan, how was
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Let me get you before we lose it again, crazy. How much COVID-19 affected you as an artist, as an entertainer in Trinidad?
Yeah, boy. COVID was good and bad. COVID was good and it do some good things. It helped me with the social distancing thing. I wanted to get away from some people and COVID helped me. I know what happened, but listen, man. You know what going on? A police, I forget my mask home, boy. I forget my mask home. And a police female stopped me and he said, look, ticket for you. That's the first thing I hear. You know what saved me? Eh? All you hear me?
Yeah, we heard you. What saved you?
When what saved me? I say, how will you hold me? I fought for PNM. I started arguing and they tell me, go ahead. I said, yeah. I said, I vote for PNM. How will you hold me? I went and I get my mask and I put it on and I come back and thank them,
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so COVID was good and bad.
From an entertainment perspective, right? Because I know he's a man singing a clip.
You watch me. We are entertainers and everybody's serious. Everybody getting on like Japan Germans, So somebody had to make a little laughter now. But the COVID is pressure, boy, real pressure. The banking account went down to $1.31. I pay off everybody, though. I pay off everybody. Went down to 131 and start praying. Asking God, oh God, COVID stop now, boy. And you say I end up singing by your mask. So when Kestan called me, I was under pressure. He said, crazy, wear your mask. I said, I ain't that. Yeah. So that is why, and every day I don't in town begging people to wear the mask, Every day I don't in town, I go to my vendors, all them vendors in town. I go and tell them, all your masks now. Some of them are wearing the masks. So I in town hustling, and I could get COVID doing that. But like the COVID is good to me. Say, nah, not you people. Nice one.
And I wanted to ask from an entertainer position who has been a veteran in the industry for so long. Anything like this ever affect the industry before?
No, boy, the first time. I have song, if it have Calypso next year, I have song about that. I have the awakening. The man who created COVID, I happened to meet him and I was questioning the man. He said, when this COVID done, he said, man play the fool again. He come in with COVID-20 and private parts gonna be dropping off. It ain't nothing like coughing again. Private parts going up. Yeah, vaginas and things just falling on the ground and fellas doing business with that. Fellas cleaning it up, washing it and selling it over. Yeah. The man is a genius.
I hear you. First time, I must say that is a policy on my country, right? First time I hear about that perspective of COVID-19. And I appreciate you. Love you, brother. Love you. So much fun. And it's interesting because we have to find the humor in this thing. We had to find it.
We have a little humor to it. We Trinis are like that. We just take serious thing and put a little humor in it. That's Trini, that real Trini.
And I think,
but this girl here, Akisha, I am expecting her to come out in the big time because she's doing some nice work. Her lines in that COVID song, Akisha was in line again about the breathing. The mask is a form. The mask is a form of. How it go again? The mask is a form of
protection.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, so her lyrics is very good. And she acted, what a woman
I hear you. But let me bring Allan in it now.
So and the whole gang, man, I love everybody there. Keston, Danny Dan, and you see that man in that yellow T-shirt, that fella, Allan Bhagan. You see, he is the man. He is the man behind this whole project. Without him, this would have never happened. Dr. Lexton Paul. You see the man who played the music?
Yeah.
He is the greatest of all time. When Allan was doing that music, I told Allan, let us go by Dr. Lexton Paul. He is the greatest of all time. You know, he played the biggest soca ever. He was the arranger of Hot Hot Hot. You know, they never had a bigger soca than that. And that was from Dr. Lexton Paul.
Well, let me bring in Allan in the conversation.
Yeah.
Well, since we're having some fun, I wonder if everyone remember the Calypso In Time to Come. And a lot of things came through what Crazy sang. I am hoping that what he's going to sing about COVID doesn't come true, because I don't want nothing falling off of me. But I think others should be wearing a mask.
Oh, bye.
I don't want to fall off.
I want to give you a little piece. I want to give you a little piece, boy. Let me give you a little piece. Let me give you a little piece of the hand. Let me give you a little piece of the hand. I walk out in China one morning while having breakfast, chatting with the professor who created the coronavirus. I said, bro, you went afraid that tribunal charge you for the other side. Please take heed. My advice to you, like some other planet to hide. He said, crazy, what it is mankind really hoping for. She always excited for the whole world in an uproar. Gratitude, it was given free. Already meant to man. For us to seek the Father's interest and to peaceful beyond the Lord. This is what man who created the virus tell me. We must be living in strife and without him thinking twice. He corrupt his entire. And then you what the man just told me, man must be taught a lesson. Like the COVID man tell me that man too hard and won't you listen? Why they have church members believing they must have no wealth in this world, and by making the pastor richer will bring salvation to the soul? Then he told me, man, what the thing would be must be taught a lesson. Yeah. One more bit, man too hard. Yeah. And what listen to this part, very important. Yeah. Since the God of man is to bring instruction upon himself and quest for power, he can never know what he is. I have to create something beyond man's imagination. That is why my coronavirus spiritually wake up the conscience of man. I hope you understand what we've done. I did it for the future generation. Universe was getting out of hand. You hear what the man mad about? He find the world ain't going good.
Yeah. But I got somebody.
I have to give the people a little piece out here. It's COVID we're talking about.
Yeah, that was more than a little piece.
That was something like In Time to Come.
The man take money for
give away everything there, boy. Yeah. I sing in that.
I want you to hear the part where he say with the next COVID 20. I hear any at all.
Yeah. On a serious note, we're gonna go on a serious note. I have about 32 employees, and these are hardworking, proud, dedicated employees. They used to come to work every day on time, work double shifts. They were well paid. They have gone from that to having to scrunch for a living now. I don't know what they're doing. Half of them I've lost contact with. I see some of them now and then. They're looking to borrow money. They're trying anything. We see in what COVID is doing by the numbers for the people that are getting sick. What we're not seeing is what COVID is doing to the poor. We should be really looking at that too, you know. There's no win in this situation. This is a lose-lose, no matter what the government does. I wouldn't want to be in this government shoes for nothing. Because whatever you do, you're going to lose. Because you can't save people every way. But you can't throw the poor under the bus either. You have to figure something out. These people have to get back to work. They have to put food on the tables. Their children hungry. You know, we're not hearing any of this. None of this is in the newspaper. There's no figures saying, 500 people went hungry today or 2,000 people went hungry today. We need to understand that this is happening in this country because it's happening, So it's heartbreaking to me because my employees are really friends, family. I do what I can. You can ask any of them to help them. I don't know how to help them anymore. I do not have infinite amount of money to help. I helped the last time. It's just so hard now. I have to look after myself too. I have to stay in business. Otherwise, we're all going to go out of business So I don't know what the solution is or what the answer is, but it's a two-edged sword that's being swung to fight COVID. And when they swing it forward to fight the COVID and swing it back, it's the poor man hitting behind there too. So, but I don't have the answer, so I cannot criticize. I don't know what the answer is. But plenty of people are being affected, both by the COVID and by the poverty.
No, wow, that's like a sobering statement, Allan, because the more you talk about it from a business perspective, and then you see the downstream effects of COVID-19, you get to understand that at the end of the day, the virus is causing a lot of suffering. But the scientists are advising that if it is we are as a community come together and learn specific things like using the mask, like the song that you're singing, hand sanitizer, using social distancing. Once we kind of start to flatten the curve, because there was a time in Trinidad when it wasn't in here as much and it was manageable. Now we reached a stage that is not manageable. From your perspective, if you have anybody out there who might be listening and you could with your words, sway them to use the mask and to understand the economic effects of what this is doing, what do you tell them?
Boy, it's ask me that question again, Mike. Ask me that. I need a second to think because I don't want to answer off the top of my head. Ask me that question. If you have
people watching it live right now, right? Or
yes.
Even the rebroadcast later on, and on this particular segment, and maybe taking this thing maybe 50%, and they need to take it 100% in terms of understanding the downstream effects of COVID-19 in terms of not just health, but the economic effects. And you're from a business perspective, what do you tell them?
This is going to take a while. This is going to take a while to come out of this. There's no quick answer to this. So we're going to have we will be living with this for the next 2 to 3 years. Fact. We cannot keep the borders closed forever. The minute we open back the borders, it will come back. We know Venezuelans are coming in illegally. It will come back that way. We can't. All we can do is try to control the spread of it. That's all we can do. There will be the spread of it. Now, next year next, it will happen. A cure? I mean, we have to be serious. Has anybody ever heard of a cure for a virus? If that's the case, then they would have cured the common cold years ago. We will have some sort of vaccine that will be probably 30 or 40% efficient, which is what a normal vaccine is. So there's still 80%, 70 or 80% of the population that will still get the COVID-19. We have to find a solution how we can live with this. We can't hide from it forever. Again, I don't know what that solution is, so I cannot criticize. I can't criticize anybody, but it's where we need to be. We need to be able to live with this in the future. People are going to die, but people are going to die starving to death. People are going to die out of frustration, out of suicide, out of desperation. They're going to go rob and get shot. And this is a never-ending story. So I don't know. It's awfully frustrating. It's a deadly thing that's happening worldwide. But we are not a developed country. We cannot follow what's happening in developed countries. You know, like England or United States. So well, let's close here. Let's close this segment. But England has been giving subsidies to businesses and people. You know, a lot of people are getting a fair amount of money for staying home. We cannot afford that. But we cannot afford to do what they're doing either. We cannot afford to say, well, you stay home, but you're not getting any money. It's a frustrating situation for any government. But I don't know what the answer is. It's frustrating for me.
To my audience who's still on the live, you all share comment. It's an interactive space. I've seen some comments coming in. I've seen Burrito from the YouTube channel too as well. Good to see somebody commenting from YouTube too as well. All my Facebook friends. We're trying to get some interesting content. We're trying to bring the entertainer perspective specifically as well. The team here, if you're not coming in, the team up with Crazy on the bottom of the screen here. To produce a particular song that's encouraging social distancing, wearing your mask, using hand sanitizer, but in a creative way. I was playing it on later on, and we will play it in the broadcast a little more in a little bit too as well. But we want to try and continue the conversation too as well, and get from the artist perspective how COVID-19 is really affecting them. What is it like now? We're going into Carnival. I mean, this is around the time when a lot of band launches, a lot of new music happens. Crazy was talking about even the parang season is on us too as well. But we trap at home. So the question going out, maybe Keston or Dan could answer this. As entertainers, as new young entertainers, and we're seeing that this was the new landscape for now. Do you have any ideas of how we could utilize digital technologies or even your own little community in order for you to continue entertaining and continue as an entertainer? If it is that you could learn your craft or develop new skills, is there anything that you are trying on your end in terms of using the time as an entertainer wisely now? Keston or Dan can take that one.
Well, at my end here, I see it have a lot of youth around the area have a lot of potential. Like Mr. Allan said, it's just that they need a little push to give them. Sometimes, now that all of this happening, I can see the frustration in them and they're home and they're bored. They just need that one good influence to show them, yo, look, I have some mud and water here. Let me build some mud sandcastles. You know, somebody around them to show them the positive side of these things. You know, look, like Danny said earlier on, now is the time for everybody to live as one and unite. If we can be our brothers and sisters keeper, what will happen? So everybody home, why not use it like this interview here now, where everybody could channel and do a little viral social media interview or do something live. Everybody on TikTok, they're on this, they're on that. So it are ways and means they could channel while they're home and being safe at the same time. But there is always something positive to encourage one another to do. So home, where work and thing is concerned, I must be clean the bathroom 4 times a week and scrub down the yard. You know, occupy myself now.
And they didn't come by me, boy, because I'm busy with work. I need some cleaning on my end, boy.
Work is work. Work is work. And
yeah.
All of that too is a plus, because for me to pick up a power washer or a shovel and a hoe or a little rake and call out the neighbor, I wouldn't mind resorting to that as a young upcoming artist, because it's bringing in money, it's bringing in income. At the end of the month, the landlord wants his rent. You know, food running out. I can't be talking about provision and a Kardashian.
I like this group, boy.
It doesn't make sense. You know?
Good night, mommy. I see my mother only like, good night, mommy. All the way in Orlando. Good night, mommy. I hope things getting better on your end. I was speaking to her over the weekend and she's saying Mike, basically, is it similar? Is it similar situation in the US? Is it similar? It's not that things getting any better. It's just that we just have to become accustomed to it now, wearing your mask, using your hand sanitizer, and learning to figure out and live life under this new pandemic and this new situation that we're in right now. Dan, what are your thoughts? What have you been doing with your time? How have you been occupying your time and your space right now?
Well, to be honest with you, Mike, I looking for ways, new, innovative, good ways to make money. Well, as an artist on the music perspective, the only thing I could say, I had more time to write. I get more time to, feel out different little instrumentals I come across, put things together, things upcoming in the future, But other than that, to be honest, innovation is the only key I see. And I'm trying to put my hands as far as they could reach in the right way. I going up on YouTube, watching, different things, learning how to make pies, doing little things, trying to keep myself preoccupied so I wouldn't get caught up in the crowd now, boy, because it's easy to try and make fast money, but the only thing is fast cash does crash. So yeah. You have to
and I can give it from my perspective. Let me, oh gosh, I see a little logo. Oh gosh, I put my logo on our kitchen face. Sorry, I'm gonna take that off. I know this disrespect Keisha. I know see something here. I
love it. It's in butter me.
I apologize. But I give it from my perspective too as well. I didn't have a podcast before COVID-19. I didn't have, this was never, just before COVID-19, this was never happening for me. I've been in the industry for over 20 years. I was stuck at home as a cameraman. I couldn't go out on assignment in the first phase. The company take it very seriously, and it allowed me to re-innovate and reinvent myself. I've always been writing stories in the background, but I was able to be at home. I did some online journalism training too as well through a website called Coursera. I also did Google training with digital marketing too as well. That allowed me to understand the digital space on a different level too as well. So there are little opportunities and there are little nuances, but it takes the mindset, and that's the most important thing we're trying to do here on Mike on the Mic too as well. Yes, things are looking bleak. Yes, there are negatives too as well, but we all have access to these little devices. We're all in different locations. This is not like long time. You had a county television station and everybody had a line up and no, we was on in 15 minutes. We log on and we came together using the devices and the technology. So I've been saying to my audience that this is a very interesting time. It's a time for us to look at the innovation and look at the ideas and be innovative. One thing the Caribbean people is known for is innovation, on entrepreneurship. We as a people are known for it. We are very creative. Crazy show that creativity too as well, because I didn't even prompt the man on the live. We bust out a new song and we get a little vibes, right here on Mike on the Mic, and that just show the creativity, entrepreneurship, the risk taking that we have in another people. Yeah, Crazy, we hearing you.
Yeah, and I must talk about the survival, fellas like me who know art and know calypso or soca artists in Trinidad. How we surviving is like on online shows. It's like WAC having, and then Iowa have a thing on this program, and then the government had something last week with me and Baron. But the only problem with these kind of shows, right, is time. But you don't get any money right away. Like when you're doing shows ordinarily, you get paid after you're done singing, you get your money and you're gone. You ever get money with beard on it? Yeah, well, because these money that they pay is, you don't get paid one time, you get paid like a month after. The last time I get paid, I think the ministry did it. I had the money had beard on it. The money was old money, because I was supposed to get paid about 3 weeks before. So that is the problem that we have in getting paid to, like to pay your Wi-Fi and your water rates and all these things. But that's the kind of problem that we have in over here. I'm glad to get the show there. Look, I have a show I doing weekend. I clashing against Iowa George. I and Iowa clashing in a show, a live show now. Are we trying to get B-Mobile and these people to put a couple thousand and thing so we could eat our food, and, because things really rough with this COVID. It could mash up all the artists.
So you was one of them for the
so we can get these checks with beard on it. One of the fellas what? One of the fellas what?
Outside the sector, we'll borrow our money to change the old dollar bills because it happened.
Yeah.
They get money because we're in the Eva Republic. You get some English money or what?
Now, I doing all right. I'm surviving. Yeah, I don't know if all goes to my belly. I put on some weight and thing, man. The face get full, yes. I put on some weight. I weigh about 195 now.
I hear.
So the COVID wasn't that bad. The COVID is that good and bad. Good and bad.
Yeah. Keston, you want to say something? Let me hear you.
In a time in, just now, bandit and all robbers will be outdated because everybody they're going to be trying to rob, they're going to just be practicing. Nobody have money. Nobody have money.
Well, honestly, not everyone really to wear the mask. Remember, we had to make sure and promote that this thing is so serious. You understand? And we just remember that our family and loved ones is the ones who are really affected, and friends and employers, the frontline workers, but we have to do our own part as well, remember, and if we get lost in what the purpose is, and to keep that focus in that our family and friends are out there, because we know we have family and friends out there working because they have to look for that money, you understand? But we had to always be aware that they are out there as well, and we had to protect them as well and the loved ones at home, right? And another factor, our supporters who is supporting us as well, we have to give them thanks because the promoting of the song as well is what bringing us here together to promote what we are doing, you understand? But we can't take life for granted, and we just want people to know that don't take anything for granted, because if we do, we will lose the purpose of what
well said.
So we have to keep that
well said.
We have to keep that spirit high. We have to be cautious, you understand? Take the precaution as well, you understand? And I would like to say as well, what about the families who have lost loved ones as well? These are the persons that we have to say that this song is a contribution to let them know we hearing your plea and your plight, but we are so saddened that to know that so many have lost their lives with it, and we don't want more to be dying. And if we see somebody on the road and we see that they don't have a mask, if you could assist of helping them to get a mask, that nothing wrong with that, because that person could be the next one dying, and we don't want that. So if we want to get this rate down, we have to be the ones encouraging them to say, hey, you have to wear it. It's either you want to go 6 feet under, or you want to stay alive for your loved ones and see that there is betterment in life to come. But we know it is a hard time, but we have to stick together. And that is what is the main purpose of wearing the mask. And we want them to know, keep wearing your mask, sanitize your hands as frequently as you can, take it 6 feet apart from your loved ones, and even the elderly. We have to stay away from them because we know they are the ones that is the more critical ones catching this virus so easily. And we have to remember, in times like this, we cannot think for ourselves. We have to think for others and loved ones. And I want to like to say, I saw a couple of my friends and my daughter was on live. My daughter Chelsea and my friend Brito was on live. I would thank you all for being part of the group and having a, hope that you will share it.
Yeah.
Well said, well said.
Well said, well said. No,
Well said.
I agree. I now see why God create woman, boy. Because you see all we fellas, we get put in the shade, boy. She put some direction to the
Yeah, yeah.
community.
Men do not listen to
Akeisha
men.
troll again.
This is the first thing I said when we wrote this
Nah,
song.
this
I
is
said
your mask thing. That's
men do
serious.
not listen to men. I said we have to have a woman telling us what to do, and this is how.
That was Alan's idea to have Akeisha there.
I said we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to have a
He
woman
said
telling
it
us
must
what to
bring in
do
Akeisha.
because
But that was a good decision, Alan. That was a real good decision.
I did try putting my sweet harmonies in it and Mr. Allan said nobody wouldn't listen to your question. Do it.
All right.
He said, don't do it, don't do it.
All right, so as we look to end the live soon, and I want to give everybody a chance to talk to the audience as we look to wrap things up. We could start off with you, Kenton, because you're on full screen right now. We're looking to close off on the live now because we've been on live almost an hour now. What would you like to tell people out there, especially in regards to the song, where to find you, what are your upcoming projects, that kind of stuff?
All right, so it's easy to find us. Wear a Mask on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter. It is Spotify in over 243 countries. From iTunes, iCloud, Twitter, you name it. Type it up, Google it. Like and share. Please practice your social distancing. Wear a mask. Love one another. Love your neighbor. Be a helper in the community. And just protect yourself no matter what. Stop the hatred and the racialism, and just be positive. No, there's not the time to be negative. So my message to you all: love one another as you would love yourself.
True.
Resto, before we go ahead with the grappling and the comment. Crazy, what happened to the lad that couldn't get the mask on the statue? Or give me that story,
Yeah. No, well, in 1979, I had a song named Crazy, I Don't Know Why I Love You. So I climb up on Lord Nelson's statue in 79 and sell 8,000 albums right at the bottom there. And after I ride a horse up Frederick Street, and it had about 10,000 people following me. That created history. Some of the older people might know that. But what I would like to say before I go is, this wear your mask thing is very important. Look, I still alive. I go in for 100. My name is Ayong. I will never change it. I was young. And listen to me. You see that T-shirt? You see that T-shirt that Alan is wearing there? You see that fella? That's Apple in the yellow T-shirt. If you read it, it will say, "Don't be crazy. Wear your mask." I am saying that. I'm taking my tablets. So wearing your mask is very important. If Crazy could tell you that don't be crazy, wear your mask, I know it's something serious. And I want the whole nation. Alan, could you give me the name of the next T-shirt we'll be printing? Hey, Alan, the next T-shirt, we have a next T-shirt coming, You see, man, don't be crazy. Alan have one name. It could leave out the big word.
No, it's two T-shirts coming. One is saying this world has gone crazy, and the other one is well, I never can say that, It says this world has gone crazy.
No, you could take over that word.
We online.
Sit. So tell them that this. What's meant? I want the public to know. I want the public to know that these T-shirts will be on sale, right? These T-shirts will be on sale for only $85, and it's a nice print, and it's saying something. It's saying something to save lives. So please, get all your T-shirt too, and be aware of wearing your mask to save lives in Trinidad and Tobago.
I'm gonna take out 1% of the cut.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's what I mean. But this money, watch me. This money is not going for us. This money is to help the Calypsonians and them who didn't work at all. It have some Calypsonians that don't have no name and nobody not hiring them. This money is to share for these Calypsonians who have to pay bills home, So we are helping other people. We are not only helping ourselves. We are helping other people to survive.
So I don't know if you all see any comment on screen here from Carol. Carol saying if you wear the mask, you wear your mask, otherwise the police get your money. So it's better you spend the money and you save your life and you wear your mask than you give it to the police. So they agree with that, right?
Absolutely, it's true.
I give people this.
She didn't say the police will get your money. She said wear your mask, otherwise the police will get your ass. Don't try to message.
I get my infected, you know. I get you to say it, so they come and have
Slips.
Let me tell you a quick story. Let me tell you a quick story, Mike.
This show is very.
yeah, lad, go ahead.
Yeah, walking up Broadway.
And Keston is a future star.
Walking up
Keston is
Broadway
a future. Go ahead.
with a ladder. Right, I'm walking up with a fellow carrying a ladder up Broadway to Cipriani, and all I thinking, boy, I'm going to jail today because this is not 1979. Right, so we're going to go put a mask on Cipriani. So I said, boy, so we put the ladder down.
That's a good idea. Let me get tall ladder now. Listen to me. I want the people to know that I was on Cipriani. I climbed up on Lord Nelson statue in Bridgetown. In 1979, Lord Nelson statue in Bridgetown and sold out a show. The Pepper Pot, which is the Merry Men. The Merry Men with Emily Straker. Sold out a show. Wesley Hall and Charlie Griffith.
Crazy didn't see it, but two police vehicles going around Independence Square. So going around Independence Square, and I look at them, I go crazy. We're gonna get arrested today, And Crazy go, there's no crazy say, Crazy say, they don't arrest mad people in Trinidad.
I have the solution. I have the solution for police arrest in Trinidad. And I could tell everybody before just tell them, all you can look me up, I vote for PNM, and that's it. It's not a political thing really, but it's an easy defense. I vote for PNM, or you go hold me. And the police have a soft act, and the police tell you go. It happened to me 3 times. Today I was going down by Massey stores. I didn't have on my mask. I clean, forget that. And the police say, you come here, you're gonna get killed. Say, why? Oh, you can hold me, I vote for PNM, and I get away. Yeah. Don't make no mistake and call no one.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Look at this thing, Mike. That might work for Crazy because he named Crazy.
Crazy. They don't arrest Crazy in Trinidad.
I don't think I like to
The most I can tell people if they've been caught not wearing their mask and they're running, please play the national anthem. The officers have no choice to stand at attention. They have enough time to get away.
Yes and no.
Everybody lady into getting serious up in the life just now. I'm sure you have anything to tell the audience before we
Well, my anthem is this: is keep wearing your mask, sanitize, socialize. Don't socialize too close to each other because remember it's only 5 persons in certain events. Remember that, and remember there is a penalty of $1,000 if you don't wear your mask. So if you don't want to lose your hard-earned money, whatever little pittance that you have got, abide by the law, do what is right, and we shall conquer this virus as soon as possible, right? And as well, there is one more thing I did actually forgot to say, that there are persons who are going through, little depressions and stuff, and they feel like they have lost. Call up your family and loved ones and be there, be a listening ear towards them and give them positive words of inspiration, and not to give up and be strong, because we are all in this situation and we have to do it together to come out of it. So with all the love and the fans that who have shared and like and subscribe this Wear Your Mask video, I really have to say I thank you, I appreciate it, and keep on supporting Crazy and the Vibrant so that we can continue sharing positive music, and we hope that we will come out of this with a strong ability of loving each other. Do not discriminate, do not hate, just keep loving one another and everything will be just fine.
Done.
Well said,
Yes.
all you. Round of applause for that.
Well said.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, Well, as everyone said, I'll just reiterate. Wear your mask is an easy task. It's an easy task. $1,000 ain't no easy task right now in these hard times. You just have to try to keep the communication, keep sanitizing, keep wearing your mask. You all just contact you. As Akisha rightfully said, we have to keep communication because life is short. And we have to cherish everyone here. I want everybody who listening to know that we have a lot of big things coming up in the future, and I want all you to keep supporting, keep wearing your mask, and all will be good. Right?
Yes, I. Well, we go leave Allan for last to wrap for the audience. If you had any words of advice from the audience, Allan, what do you tell them?
Well, I want everybody to be careful. We appreciate everyone for looking at the video and help sharing it. It will spread the word. It will help us give more help to the youth in the area. We're producing a number of songs now, big songs, as Danny said, that will help uplift. It's not going to be. It's going to be fun songs that we hope that people will enjoy and listen to years to come. But we want everybody to be safe. So wear your mask, sanitize, listen to what the law says, and we'll all get by. No crime. We don't need to do crime if things get tough. Look to someone to help. I've helped so many people already. If you need food or something, reach out. Don't reach out to crime. That's not the way to go. God bless everybody.
God bless.
And with that, we want to say good night to everyone who was looking on to Mike on the mic. Crazy, you have any last words?
Yeah, man. I want all the people out there to wear your mask. If Crazy, if a man like Crazy could tell you wear your mask, you should know. It's a serious thing here. All right? So let's wear all your masks and let's all live in unity in Trinidad and Tobago. I love all you.
And with that, we want to say good night. Thanks for being here on Mike on the Mic team. I want to say thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
It
you for having
was a
me.
pleasure.
Thank you, Mike.
Interesting conversation. And you guys really bring it. I mean, I was laughing for 80% of the show.
Yeah, if I want to see it over the show, where I have to go?
I go be on the
I replay. Oh, you get a replay.
I go Facebook and I'll give you the link. Don't worry, we live still. Don't worry.
Send the link because I want to see it over. I want to see. Sometimes I'd like to see me playing the pool, you know.
I know.
Crazy, I love you, man. I love you, Crazy.
You living up to that. My hard boy.
Mike, before you go,
I love my little group. You see my little group there? I love my little group there. Yeah, all Danny Dan. Akisha boy, Akisha coming strong. Watch that lady there. You see that lady Fred? Coming strong for 2021, 22, and hit after it.
We have some nice t-shirts on sale. Also with the mask, it's $120 for the mask and the t-shirts. If you all are interested, they're easy to get. Number 7 Broadway at Bhagan's Drugstore. We have them in various colors, or you can inbox, or you can talk to Mike himself, and Mike will get one to me, and we will actually bring the delivery to you because we care about your safety.
And with that,
beautiful.
I want to say good night to you guys. Thanks for coming here on Mike on the Mic. It was good to see the interaction with the audience too as well. Guys, continue to share the live. We need to get this information. We need to drink, and to be quite honest, I'll give you as I will wrap and give an explanation to the audience. I want to give international audience the perspective of what's happening here in Trinidad and Tobago and a real and authentic conversation. Guys, thanks for being so honest and being your authentic selves. That's very important to me. I also say we're trying to have a pyramid love scheme here on Mike on the Mic where everybody just be able to share love. It's not about money. I don't know making any money from this. And you guys can agree. I reach out to you guys. This wasn't, I didn't say I was going to charge or anything like that. So the least we can do here in Trinidad and Tobago is get the message out there. and we get people to understand they're right thinking people who understand the importance of wearing the mask, who understand the importance of what it is we're facing in Trinidad and Tobago, and the fact that we're doing it as a community get together. Thank you for being on Mike on the Mic. You guys continue to fly the flag of Trinidad and Tobago, and I hope you all have a good night. Take care.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, Mike.
you.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Michael,
So
Michael,
much,
thank a lot.
Veamos.
Sorry.